All right, hey guys, welcome to Open Wounds Podcast. My name is John Smith. I'm a pastor here of an evangelical church in Arizona, and I wanted to kind of give you an idea on why I thought about, or maybe why the Lord gave me this idea to start Open Wounds Podcast. Well, I've been talking to a lot of people in the city that I live in, and even places across the country, and what I have found is that there are probably millions of people who have been spiritually or emotionally hurt within the church. And that hurt could have come from another congregant, another parishioner. That hurt could have come from maybe a Bible study leader or a Bible study partner. That hurt could have come from a ministry leader. The hurt could have come from a deacon, an elder, and even the pastor. And so I wanted to, let me kind of go back. The Lord laid it on my heart to start a podcast so that we can open these conversations up, because talking about the hurt that we've been through, and I personally I've suffered great hurt within the church, and so we have to talk about these things that have occurred in our life, because what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to kind of open up or maybe start the process of healing. Now, I'm not here as the host of this podcast to try to fix anyone or try to heal anyone. I know that only Jesus has the ability to heal. That's not why we're here. We're here just to simply talk about some things, talk about some causes of church hurt, maybe some experiences that we've been through personally, how we've coped with the church hurt, or are we even coping with church hurt? Has church hurt caused us to leave church and no longer attend church? Has church hurt actually opened doors for ministry like it has in my case? And so that's all that this podcast is going to be about. It's going to be a journey that we can take together. This is not something that I would say that I'm an expert on, and I would even say that I know very little about it, other than the fact that I've experienced it myself, and by the grace of God, I feel that I have been healed. But it took a very long time. It took several years. I think we have we've grown apart, and we've lost the idea that Jesus commanded us to love one another, even to love our enemies. In fact, 1 John 4, verse 11 says, "Beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another." And I think we've lost sight of that, sadly. And I think we've allowed things that are divisive within the world to become divisive within the church. And rather than the church being a place of healing, the church has become kind of a club. People are coming to church to experience something completely different than the world, but sadly, inside the church doesn't look much different than outside the church, and that causes hurt. And so where do you go to? If you're going to be hurt emotionally and spiritually within the church, why would you go back? But where are you going to go? What are your options? And so that's the whole point of the podcast, Open Wounds. I hope this is something that maybe you'd like to learn more about, maybe come along us with this journey, but I think it's going to be important information. I have no idea where this conversation will take us. I have no idea who we'll be talking to throughout this process, but I believe it's going to be something that will glorify God, and that is my hope, and that is my prayer. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and subscribe to the channel. I'm not worried about monetization or anything like that. I would just ask that you follow it and share it, so that we can get this conversation going, and not just here in Arizona, but across the nation and possibly across the world. This is a topic that so many churches have avoided. Many pastors even will deny that people get hurt within his church, and we just can't continue to lead with our blinders on. We've got to realize that our churches, our independent local bodies, have and possibly are and possibly will cause pain unless we identify it, that it's a real thing, and we identify what's causing it, and so that we can stop it. And if you haven't noticed, across the country in just about every denomination, people are leaving the churches in droves, more so now than ever before. So we have to change what we're doing. We have to change our mentality. And we have to change these policies and things that we're doing, words we're using, phrases we're using that hurt people. So join us, Open Wounds Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and share it to your Christian brothers and sisters, especially those who have gone through church hurt, and see where this takes us. Until next time, God bless and take care.